And we are live! Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, happy time zones wherever you might be. I'm Emma and welcome back to The House of Hubris here on twitch.tv/Saracent. Welcome back to Virtue's Last Reward. Now on episode 10, so the 18th episode in total of the Zero Escape series, and I am marginally aware of what's going on. I'll go to that just so we don't get the thing. So currently we're in the garden because we found some more Axelavir. We died a bunch. Seriously, a bunch last time. Found lots of bad endings. But now we're in the garden with Alice because she ran off when we were dealing with all the brain plague. And now we're getting her whole backstory because she's not a defrosted mummy, as it turns out, sadly. What she is a government ninja, who's been investigating the cult Free the Soul and the Myrmidons, who are like the militant wing of them, because they kidnapped her father. We don't know a huge amount, and I'll be honest, I only know this much because I went and rewatched the end of the VOD from last week, because I couldn't remember it. But then I was only vaguely conscious at the time, so, you know, a lesson has been learned here, question mark. Anyway, should we get back on with it? And see if I can work out what the hell Alice's voice sounds like? Yes, I wish to resume from that save. Who knows why? At that point, I hit a wall. I knew the Myrmidons had been behind my father's kidnapping, but that was all I could learn about them. Then, one day I got a tip that some of them were hiding in a building in the Nevada desert. We recognize that building, which isn't a boat. Looks like a boat, isn't a boat. I headed out immediately. And then this happened. On the way there, my car had some engine trouble and stalled out. I was trying to decide what to do when an SUV appeared out of nowhere. And also I was naked, question mark? I'll give you one guess who was behind the steering wheel. Clover. That was the first time we met. There were 4 other people in the car with her, and when I asked them what they were doing, I got what was just about the last answer I'd expected. They told me they'd been locked up inside of the very building I'd been on my way to investigate, and that they were currently in pursuit of the people who had kidnapped them in the first place. My priorities shifted very quickly. After a short discussion, I convinced them to allow me to come along. My hope was to find the people they were chasing, who I was certain were Myrmidons. In the end, however, we were unable to track them down. In fact, I still don't know where they might have gone. Eventually, I took Clover and her companions to SOIS headquarters. We decided that involving the police would only complicate things. Yeah, because, God forbid we have any kind of accountability. After some questioning, it was determined that the people who had instigated this particular event were not connected to the Myrmidons. We did, however, discover that the mysterious disappearance and subsequent reappearance of several children 9 years prior was connected to Free the Soul. There was also a 6th person in the SUV, although they weren't riding in it per se. A middle-aged man, who I'll just call H for now because we don't want to spoil the first game apparently, had been bound and placed in the trunk. According to the other 4, he'd been behind the disappearance of the children 9 years earlier. HCGG, yes indeed, Brandon, welcome to the stream. We also learnt that his pharmaceutical company, a major player on the world stage, was effectively controlled by Free the Soul. More specifically, I suppose, H was a member of Free the Soul and very committed to their cause. So why had he kidnapped all those children? For dumb reasons. Reasons that are bad. Brandon in with the 2-month resub, thanks so much. Apparently it had been part of an experiment designed to test the ability of certain people to access what's called the morphogenetic field, for dumb reasons. I don't imagine you've ever heard of it before, so I'll try and give you a quick rundown. Seriously, this game is so convinced that you won't have played the first game. Some series are like this, where you'll play them next to each other and realise that nobody expected anybody to ever do that. Simply put, these people can access a sort of field that allows their consciousness to resonate with the consciousnesses of certain other people. To be honest, it might be simpler to just call it telepathy, but we won't. The SOIS had heard of this particular ability before, and had actually used it in a number of investigations, so I wasn't surprised to learn of its existence. I was shocked, however, to learn that these experiments had been carried out by a member of Free the Soul. If that was the case, then Brother must have known about it. So Brother is the leader of Free the Soul, for those of you who weren't paying attention last time, which frankly includes me. The thought of him discovering a way to control and harness that power was terrifying. It wasn't too long after the incident in Nevada that another tip about the Myrmidons crossed my desk. This time it claimed that the Myrmidons intended to launch a large-scale biological terrorist attack. I don't know what this voice she settled into is, but apparently this is how she sounds now. My bosses decided that we needed more agents to deal with a threat of that magnitude, and Clover was recruited. Because she'd been a test subject in H's experiment, we knew she had the ability to access the morphogenetic field, and we wanted to put that ability to use. After several months of training, she was sent on her first mission. She would be tasked with the infiltration and investigation of a Myrmidon cloning lab. There are clones now? Is that what we are? Are the clones filled with the mysterious white liquid? Science needs to know. I was assigned to be her commanding officer. I hoped that our investigation might also give me a lead on my father's whereabouts. Here but in a meeting so you're muted. Well, hello! Wow, that makes the green screen go all screwy, so I won't do that again, but hi. Silent support, very much appreciated. At last I had a chance to find out what had happened to him. I wouldn't let that chance pass me by. Perhaps that was what kept me from noticing the truth. The whole operation was a trap. The lab was fake, and Clover was captured almost immediately. We are getting all the story here. I got there as fast as I could, but when I arrived, the building was only an empty shell. All of the conspirators who had pretended to be researchers and the like had already fled. I searched frantically for Clover until at last, in a basement room, I found her. She had been tied to a chair, but on the floor next to her was another body. That was my father. He looked as if he'd just been dumped there, and when I got to him, his body was already cold. He was covered in dark, ugly bruises. It wasn't until later that I learned he had died from ruptured organs and internal bleeding. Fun! So much fun. They had beaten him to death. As soon as Clover had been captured, a Myrmidon in a mask had come to visit her. He had said that unless she wanted to end up like my father, she would leave them alone, and to tell her masters at the SOIS to do likewise. In retrospect, they must have known who I was, and who my father was. That was why they killed him. Perhaps they thought they were sending a message to me. Or that once he was gone, I'd lose my reason for chasing them. I don't know why Alice is going slightly Irish, but that's what you're getting. They were very, very wrong. I took Clover with me and left. I tried to console myself with the fact that I had at least been able to save her. Sometime later, I received a call from the coroner. He told me there was something I needed to see. There in the morgue was my father, cold and pale, on the steel table. I could barely stand to look at him, but the coroner insisted. On his arm were 2 rows of numbers, comprised of 8s and 9s. It took me a moment to recognize my father's handwriting. He had carved them into his own skin. On his chest was another message, but they were letters this time, not numbers. Not many, just enough to make a short sentence. I love you, Alice. I broke down crying right there in the morgue. They were the first tears I'd shed since the operation had started, and there was no stopping them. There would be no forgiveness. Not for the monsters who'd put my father through this. They had destroyed my family. I would make them pay even if I had to die to do it. That night I made a promise to myself. I would avenge my father. It didn't take long to figure out that the numbers I'd written were latitude and longitude. They pointed to a chemical factory that had been disguised as an abandoned building. Further investigation revealed that it was the motherlode we'd been looking for, the headquarters of the Myrmidons. I think my father must have known how things would turn out. Knowing he was going to die, he'd written the directions to our enemy's fortress on his own body. I mean, if all the letters were 8s and 9s and that's that long, then what, like in northeastern Russia? Because the minimum you're getting there is, what, 88 north, 88 east. God, is that even in... Yeah, is that in Kamchatka? I would guess. See, now I have to look this up. This is, I know, thrilling entertainment, but here we are. Okay, 88 East isn't as far as I think it is. It's like... middle of Russia. But 88 North would still make it on, like, some tiny island in the Arctic Ocean above central Russia. So there you go. But there I might be applying logic to this game. He'd sacrificed too much for me to waste this opportunity with recklessness. This time, our operation would succeed. This time I wouldn't let my excitement put Clover or any of my other agents in danger. So we took our time. We gathered information, we did our research, and we planned. Finally, we were ready. December 25th, 2028 was going to be the day we finally set foot inside the Myrmidon stronghold. But then on the 22nd, only 3 days before the operation was scheduled to begin, a man in a gas mask appeared. And we're back in the room. So you inhaled that gas, passed out, and woke up here in the AB room. Yes. Well, there it is. Everything that's happened with the Myrmidons and me. I left a few of the details out, of course, but you get the idea. Well, yeah, because, I mean, God, the stories people tell in these games are too long to begin with, so feel free to leave some of the details out. Yeah. Thanks. She gave me a sad sort of smile and stood up. We should go back. Oh yeah. Your story explained a lot, but there's still one big question. There's one big question, Sigma. You only have one. There are so many big questions, and they are so big. Which is... who here is a Myrmidon? One of us planted the bombs. And based off the code we found, it's pretty clear that person is a Myrmidon. Is it? Okay. I don't remember that, but sure. Was that on the purple memory card? I think that was on the purple memory card. Right? Yes. And I agree that we need to figure out who they are. What do you propose we do? Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about. Do you have any clues? Clues? Well, if I could decrypt that code, it might tell us something, but... How can we do that? I told you. You need a key. Without that, it's pointless. What's a key? What's a key? It's a key! It unlocks a thing! Sigma, what is your PhD in? A key is a key. It allows you to sort of unlock a code. Myrmidons usually use this huge string of numbers as a key. Wait. A long string of numbers? Could that be? Oh, come on! Okay, guess we've run into another lock. We need to go and find the long string of numbers in another timeline so that we can bring them back to this timeline and unlock the thing. The system is simultaneously cool and wildly infuriating at times with all the locks. What is, indeed, the long string of numbers? Look. No, wrong button, and now we have to watch the opening cinematic again. God, I do this every time. Just right-click, don't click return. Car, fire, Sigma, rain, crotch, facility, 0, smash. And we're back in the room, eventually, once the effect goes away. There we go. So, where do we want to go back to? We haven't got any new locks unlocked. So what locks have we got at the minute? We've got 5 minutes of life, which is where we've run out of, where we've been exploited by Dio, run out of BP, and we're dying, and we presumably need somebody to give us the neostigmine. What is the long string of numbers? Who planted the bomb? Those two would seem to answer each other. And also who planted the bomb. And they say, why are they different lock numbers? They're the same question. Okay, well, anyway. So instead we go back to the first Ambidex game for like the 15th time. Oh no, wait, no, that's the first Ambidex game. This is choosing what door to go through. So instead of red, we want to go through presumably blue. Into the CDs. CDs in this case, of course, being Chromatic Doors. We are not just walking into a pile of CDs. And fast forward. This time we go through the red door with... Did we do that? I just said it. We've been through the red door with Dio. Why is it highlighted? We want to go through the blue door with Tenmyouji. Don't we? Do we? Yes, we have absolutely... Yes, because we went through the red room with the red door with Dio, took us to the infirmary, and that's where he stole the stuff and used it to blackmail us. Yes. Okay. I am paying attention, I promise you. Promise. It's very hard to have a handle on this game. It's very big and complex, and in many places, very, very stupid. So, I'm doing what I can. I really am. So we want to go through the blue door with Tenmyouji. I'll take Tenmyouji, so we'll go through the blue door. Me? But I betrayed last time. Well, then maybe you'll learn. Teachable moment. Exactly. So I'll just make you pick ally this time. What? Well, I guess I should say you won't have a choice. What? Is that so? Mind telling me how you'll do that? I'd love to, but we don't really have time. Okay, why have we jumped into the timeline with threatening Sigma? Ask me again later, okay? Man's got a plan. Fine. You're on. So, we're doing option A. That means Luna, Dio, and I will go through the green door. Which leaves the red door for Quark, K, and me. Any objections? Good. Let's go. Listen. Take care of Quark, alright? You needn't worry. I'll watch out for him. 10 seconds remain until Chromatic Doors close. Hurry up, guys. Doors closing. Right! What was that voice? I don't know, his voice went strange for a minute. I'm going! With only seconds to spare, we dash through the blue door. You do everything in this game with only seconds to spare. Gotta max out the drama. 2, 1, 0. Chromatic doors closing. So where will we go this time once we've watched every door animation we have to offer? This time we'll go to this room? Not done that room, I don't think. 3 doors. Which one should we take? That seems like kind of a silly question. I mean, they're all locked, aren't they? How can we go through any of them if they're locked? Well, this thing here's got a lever on it. Maybe that does something. Why don't you pull it and find out? Right. What to have open? They had labels on a minute ago. Why didn't you show us the label this time? Oh, hey, looks like one of them opened. But only one? Why's that? They're probably telling us we should go that way. Might as well then. Not that room, this room. The pack. Welcome to pack. Oh, the pressure exchange chamber. Okay, yes. We briefly went here in Clover's ending. God, remember when we actually reached an ending and it had credits and everything? So, this is the exit, huh? Stop just trying to pull the doors open, Sigma. It will never work. Nothing. Lock tight, won't even budge. So, what the hell is this place? The door said PC. Guess it's not for working out, though. No, Sigma would know all about that. PhD in Swole. It looks like it's probably an acronym or abbreviation or something. But for what? Prepared emergency chocolate? Private ecclesiastical commode? Yeah, it's probably one of those. This is where bishops come to poop. Oh, wait a sec. There's a manual here. I think it explains what this room is for. What does it say? Hold on. This facility is pressurized, maintaining much higher air pressure than the surrounding environment. Airborne viral contagions. What? Quiet. Keep reading, Clever. Right. Airborne viral contagions have necessitated this step, which is intended to prevent contamination of the installation. Ah, 4 lines. All persons wishing to exit the facility must do so through this pressure exchange chamber. Once the chamber has been sealed, the pressure can be lowered to match the surrounding environment. Before the PEC can be depressurized, all occupants must be wearing level A hazmat suits to prevent infection. The PEC will not function unless all occupants are wearing appropriate protective equipment. What's going on here? Are they trying to say the air out there is full of some horrible virus? Oh, is this... Yes, have we gone back to before we knew about that? I don't think it's just any virus. It has to be Radical 6. Okay, no, they do know about it. Sigma's just an idiot. Got it. Oh, man. Then that newspaper article was true. God, don't you just love learning this every time? Is this SCP the anime version? I mean, yeah, you're not far wrong. Several long moments of silence crawl past. Like SCP, the anime escape room version. But dumb. I rag on this game a lot, but in my defense it does make some genuinely baffling story choices. The 3 of us just stared at one another, our minds working to make sense of this new information. Eventually, Clover shuffled to one of the lockers and opened it. Is this one of those hazmat suits the manual was talking about? Yeah, I figure they are. We won't be able to get into the pressure exchange thing unless we've got those on, then. Getting that room to decompress is the only way we get outside. So where is the actual decompression room? Have a look. See that lift over there? Oh, yeah. That was a dramatic noise. Hello, Abby. Well, thank you for the buttons. Hope training is going well, or at least vaguely tolerable. This room's divided into 2 floors, upper and lower. We're on the lower floor right now. Earlier we were on the upper one. Yes, that's how a lift works. You just took a lift. You went down. Why do you have to explain this? And this is the actual pressure exchange chamber. Stop just trying to pull doors open. No good. This one's locked too, or possibly I'm just very old. Won't open, huh? Nope. Okay, it's probably pointless, but humor me on this. Let's go put on those suits, come back here, and try the door again. Maybe, just maybe, we can get out. Well, it does seem like that's how this thing is supposed to work. But do you really think it'll be that easy? Oh, what is? It's hard to believe Zero Senior would make that big of a mistake. Well, let's have a look around anyway. Maybe we'll find something about the virus. Yeah, good idea. What are we standing around for, then? Get to it. Maybe we should instead seek a way out. Seek a way out. Okay, what have we got? We've got this thing. It's a pressure gauge. Is that a barometer? The needle's in the middle. It says it's 1.5 atmospheres. That must be the normal pressure for this building. Good to know my rage at some of the choices here is so evident you can lip read it. Remember? It says something in the manual about the pressure in here being higher than the pressure outside. Okay, that's all we can do there. But we've got these lockers. In this locker there's a box. Hey, it's a cardboard box. Maybe it's got a cat in it. This is all junk. Don't make me start going into Labyrinth references, because I will do that at the slightest provocation. It's all junk! Nothing useful in here. Again, they give us a weird amount of interaction with things where they can just go, nah. Okay, there's a thing over here. Does it matter? No. Yeah, it won't open. Is it locked? Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, you say he didn't even open the box. I mean, you're on mute, so I don't know, maybe you'll get this in the VOD or something, but we did at least get a sound effect of him going into the box. The junk lady is just big mood. I mean, yes. I mean, everything about Labyrinth is big mood perpetually. This is just, it is known. Shit, it's locked up tight. What are you trying to do? Use X-ray vision. I'm not muted anymore. Okay, well, hi, Brandon. Okay, we're just going to leave that statement. God, Clover, I swear to God, if you're not talking about anal with your brother in a library, you're trying to develop superpowers through force of will. I mean, I say that, but whomst among us has not at some point tried to develop superpowers through force of will? God knows I have. Here we have a door, probably won't open. Didn't open for Tenmyouji, but we are swole. Hey, did you see this panel on the door? Do you know what it does?
Go ahead and touch it. I doubt it'll do anything. But poke it anyway, it'll be funny.
What? Why?
Before entering the decompression chamber, please put on your viral protection suit. Failure to do so will prevent you from entering the decompression chamber.
See?
Okay. Oh, now I have the hiccups.
What? What?
Giant Zero Bunny? What? There were viral protection suits here this whole damn time. We keep getting the brain plague. Yep. I'm sorry, I'm finding it hard to be mystified by anything other than this right now. I was not expecting to see that as I scroll past. Just nothing. Although, I say nothing. We're looking at these pipes. That's probably a puzzle. But then, Bunny, what's on its head looks like a tent. I mean, I think the small version of Zero has something there as well. I think it's just like a kind of charm thing. I've seen it on other things. Let's go upstairs. Everybody on?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay, here we go. Because we can't just press a button, we have to tell everybody that we're about to press a button. Also, what's that panel down there? It says 25113. Right? Can we get a closer look at it? It does say 25113.
I wonder what these 5 cylinders are about.
Ah. Press the triangle buttons above and below the column to change the image. Change all 5 images as appropriate, then press the yellow button. Right, let's do this. So we have cylinder, we have up, we have trapezium, we have star, we have octahedron, we have Black Widow. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, I mean, if we assume cylinder is 1 because we started there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3. It's probably not that easy. It's not that easy. No, we need to find out which number corresponds to which symbol, but that's fine. We can do that. Yes, we know you don't get it, Sigma. There are many, many things you don't get. Let's try every locker again and see. Okay, that's a virus suit. And those protective suits. If we put these on, we should be able to get into the decompression chamber.
Well, let's do it then.
Managed to get it on?
Yeah, it's a little big on me, but I think I should be okay.
I'm ready to go.
Good.
Yes, because pressure suits not being slightly the wrong size sounds like a thing that could never lead to any problems at all.
Should we go then?
Yeah, might as well.
But first we have to animate all these doors. It's the most important thing in any situation, is animating all the doors. What's over here? Huh. 1, green, purple. 2, green, purple. 3, blue, green, purple. I wonder what these are about. Do you think they mean something? I mean, it's an escape room. Yes, the random pattern means something.
You think we're supposed to sit on the stool?
What's going to happen if we do that?
It'll go round and round and round and round. You get dizzy. I'm just messing with you. You see how this sort of panel thing here? I think this machine is some kind of scanner. If I'm right, maybe it can tell you if there's anything wrong with your body or something.
Really?
I don't know. Just seemed like maybe that's what it was.
Nothing happens if you sit on the stool? Great. Sorted. Excellent. Love it. A large machine. Great, that's where we go. Well, this is the machine, I guess.
I can't find a power button.
Me either, but there's a cord coming out the back. See?
Yeah.
That's a USB cable. You think we're supposed to plug it into something?
I mean, yes. Maybe the password input device. Here's the door to get out. Here are lockers. Let's check all the lockers again.
No good. Won't open.
It's locked.
Looks like it, but I don't see a keyhole.
There's no keyhole. I don't think we can open it.
You're right. Guess we might as well leave these suckers alone for now.
What, all of them? Well, there's more suits.
It's a protective suit, keeps the viruses and stuff out. Looks like there's a bunch of them.
Still can't believe it. How can the whole outside world be infected with some virus?
Yeah. It's too horrible. I hope it's not true. It can't be. I think Zero Senior just put these here to mess with us.
And yet you put them on.
I hope you're right.
But what about this one? More suits. And this one? More suits. Many suits for all. Here we have a table. And a file on it.
This is the manual I was telling you about. Remember I read it to you?
Oh, you mean that thing about how we had to wear the protective suits to enter the decompression chamber?
Yeah.
I've just seen, our audio levels. Can people hear me or the game anymore? Because I'm not reading any audio. I'm going to put that in the chat as well. I sound fine? Excellent, because my audio levels do not exist. I'm just going to quickly mute and unmute them, see if it makes it better. Nope, that is still not reading. Interesting. But if it's just the monitoring gauges have gone, then I won't know if my levels are bad, but at the same time, okay, I guess. I'll know if my levels are bad because everybody in the chat will be going like, oh no, my precious ears! Yeah, thanks, Streamlabs is right.
Well, there was another piece of paper in there. It has some kind of drawing on it.
What? Found an instruction manual. You can view it in the archive. Well, maybe we should do that. I hate how it doesn't take you straight there. It's like, yes, you picked up a file. Go and look at it if you want, I guess. God, there's so much space for files. Have we just been missing a bunch of them? Pink goes to orange, yellow goes to green, white goes to black. Okay. That doesn't help, but sure. Part of the seat's torn. This is a chair, right?
I'd call it a bench.
That's not the kind of debate we need right now. Same difference. You put your butt on it either way.
Huh. Anyway, you see these symbols on the top?
Yeah? 6 of them.
Maybe it's a clue.
Yes, I'm sure it is a clue, but what order are they meant to be in? I don't know. There is probably some kind of logic to that puzzle, but I'm not currently seeing it. Do these pipes do anything?
Pipes! Nothing suspicious here.
That's the door we came in. These are the lockers. Are these the lockers we just got the suits out of?
Huh, it won't open here either.
No keyhole, just like before.
So we can't open it, huh?
No, these aren't the same lockers then. That's got more suits. More suits. More suits. There's 9 suits, which is coincidentally enough for everybody in here. But let's go back downstairs and see what happens. Oop. Why do we take... It's like in the first game with the number 9... Well, I say number 9. there's a twist there, door at the end. They always took it from a really low angle so it looked really high up. Why did we just do that with the lift? Why were we lying on the floor to shut it? Anyway, now that we're wearing our suits...
Now that we've got these things on, we can go inside, right? What the hell? The handle still won't move.
Maybe that touchscreen on the door unlocks it.
What? That's a pain. Why would they do
that. How else would it know?
Security, maybe.
When you click the yellow guide ring, other rings will appear at other points that you can draw lines to. Click one of these other rings to draw a line connecting the two. Repeat these processes until you've connected all three pairs. Lines should not overlap. Let's do this. Okay, so it's white to black. I remember that one. Yellow to... Damn it, I can't remember. Pink to orange, yellow to green, white to black. Pink to orange. Yellow to green. Oh, but then that locks off the way to black. Okay, cancel that. We want to go up and around. Pink to orange. And then white to black. Yeah! I got confused by there being too many colours, but that's the trick.
Good job. Have a biscuit. You can't eat it because you're in this pressure suit. Oh no. You did it.
Nice work. We should be able to get this thing open now.
Yeah. Now we're in the airlock. Here's a tablet.
Tablet, huh? There's nothing on the screen.
Oh, we're probably meant to go and plug it into the other computer. I don't think the power's on.
Is there a switch or something?
Not that I can find.
Really? How the heck are we supposed to turn it on then?
Take a closer look. It doesn't have a switch, but it does have a USB port. Put it together, you idiots. Maybe if we plug it in...
It'll turn on.
I think so.
Okay. Part of the seat is torn, but this is fine, because this is giving us the key to which symbol is which number. If we can take a memo. I don't need that anymore. So, and the tear is handily in the same place, so presumably that is our reference key. So if that's the tear, that's a 2, that's a 4, that's a 1, that's a 3, that's a 6, and this is presumably a 5, but I've drawn a line over it. Being able to keep notes in this is actually a really nice quality of life. That's a big old pressure bulkhead. Here's the door out, presumably. This door's welded shut. There we go. Can't get out.
Looks like it.
How are you so nonchalant? That door and the one we came through that let us in here are the only ways out of this room. See?
So even if we did decompress this room, we still couldn't go outside.
That's right. This is a dead end.
No.
That's what I was trying to tell you. Didn't I say it wasn't going to be easy before we got here? Think about it. There's no way in hell Zero Senior would let us out that easy. Otherwise, what's the point of all this?
Damn it.
And I was getting all hopeful. This sucks.
Hey, Clover, where are you going?
I'm going upstairs and taking this stupid thing off. It's not like I need it, right? It's hot and it's uncomfortable. It's irritating and it gets everywhere. I'm out of here.
Okay. Bye, I guess. Well, there she goes. What the hell was that noise?
I don't know. I've got a bad feeling about this.
should we have investigated other things before we clicked the door? I've got a bad feeling about that. Preparation complete. Now beginning decompression. 3, 2, 1. What the fuck? Why did that happen?
Hell if I know! Why are you asking me? We need to get out of here now! Come on!
Do we? Or do we instead need to look at this puzzle? Some thick cables. Would you describe these cables as thick with multiple C's, Sigma? There's a red cable coming out of the box. This cable is red. You're not wrong. Oh. That's terrifying. Yeah! Got big!
There must be the difference in pressure. You ever taken an unopened bag of chips to the top of a mountain or something and it gets all puffed up like it's gonna pop?
No.
Same sort of thing.
I guess, but this is just...
Looks like it might be about to pop.
What about these? Red.
That should be the pressurization button. Hit it!
Right. Insufficient power for repressurization. Please route additional power.
Well, that's that, I guess.
Damn it. Oh, okay. Apologies for the interruption. We are going to take an earlier than usual break so I can run some ads and discover whether these noodles have disagreed with me. Perhaps too much information, but here we go. Okay, yeah, I'll see you back in a few minutes, probably. And I am finally back. Hello, everyone. Sorry for the long delay. Not gonna, share too much information there. Just let it be known that every problem I have has an exquisite sense of timing. Instead of thinking about that, can we just take a moment to appreciate how, instead of having needles on these gauges, they put these arrows on which look like they were drawn on in Microsoft Word. Visual design. Everyone. There's a key up here. Yes, there is. What does the blue button do? The red button did nothing. Also, while I was away, sign in with the 9-month resub. Thank you so much. And we all know how important the number 9 is in these games. Graphic design is indeed my passion.
What the hell are you doing?
Apparently making my mouse disconnect. Wow, this stream is going so well, y'all. There we go. Okay, that was strange.
That's the decompression button. It's not going to do us any good now.
Yeah, but I thought I'd see what happened. Yeah, we need to get the power on to repressurize, which presumably means doing something with these red cables. This cable is red. So thick cables. And I just have the tablet and the key. Pressing this. Nothing. Shit, it won't budge.
Just use the panel. Remember, like you did to get us in here.
Okay, I'll give it a shot. Oh hey, it didn't work. Pressure differential is too great to open door. Shit!
Damn. I guess we're gonna have to equalize the pressure before we can get it open.
Yes, that was my thinking. Thank you. So what do we do? That won't. Okay. Can we stab this with the key? I wonder if. Oh. Oh my god, I didn't think that would actually work. That was the answer? What? Exclamation point.
Exclamation point.
It popped.
Don't worry, I think that was the point.
The exclamation point, if you will. Pop goes the rabbit, yes indeed.
See? There was something inside.
Is this a doll?
Apparently it was inside the other Zero Junior.
There was a Zero Junior inside of Zero Junior. A Zeryoshka, if you will. That pattern on its belly seems significant.
This thing's pissing me off.
Well, I don't like it either, but we don't really have a choice, do we? If it's here, then it's probably part of one of these puzzles.
No, that damn thing's not going to help us get out of this room. Just leave it. We can come back to it later.
No, I will keep it in my inventory. And yes, that thing on his head, that is absolutely just a tent. I don't know what's up with that. What else is there down here?
All that's left of Zero Junior. He gave his life for something. When he exploded, I think he bent this metal plate over here. Want to take a look?
What? What metal plate? What metal plate is bent? This metal plate over where? Tenmyouji, you are so vague. Where is the bent plate? I see no bent plate. Tenmyouji, you lied to me. Oh, what, this plate? Okay. Also, if the explosion was enough to bend metal, then how are we alive? Hey, the plate's rattling.
Zero Junior's explosion probably knocked it loose.
I think maybe we can get it off now. Give me a hand.
Fine.
Got all the plates off. Also, I love how... Oh no, we do still have the key. Okay, I was just going to be like, they gave us a key and the only purpose of it was a pokey thing. But no. Okay, we have to connect some cables to some other cables. Something in here.
There's a yellow one and a purple one. Looks like they're part of some kind of machine.
Oh, the lasers. Okay, well, laser emitter purple. No, laser emitter yellow, brown. Say the colour that is in front of you. Don't know if that did anything. Let's put the purple emitter across from it. Okay. Okay, that's... good question mark. But then you take them away and it stops.
There's more over here. They look just like the other ones we found.
One's yellow, one's purple. Yes, I know. And put the purple one in there. The yellow one in there. And the red goes off up into nothing. What happens if you plug them into non-red ones? Nothing. Cool. Love that. I'll be real with y'all, I may not be getting the point. Because we need to presumably get the laser into there, because then it travels along this wire and out to the pressurizer. So, and to get it in there, we'd have to go across from there, unless they don't need to line up. Do they need to line up? I'm assuming they need to line up, but what if they don't? They don't. So we can just do that, and then that, and that. Okay, the puzzle was in fact much less complex than it looked. Good to know. What was that?
Maybe it's the pressurization system starting up. It should have enough power now.
Good, maybe now we can get out of here. Boop.
Alright! Press it! Press the damn pressurization button!
That's... what? This is making it take longer? Well, that didn't work. And then it exploded and they died. Repressurization preparation complete. Okay, maybe it did. Repressurizing now. 3. Oh. I'm allergic to pressure, it turns out. Good to know. 2. 1. Or maybe I'm just allergic to those janky-ass arrows on that JPEG.
Look! The needle's back to normal.
Needle, such as it is. Thank goodness. Looks like we did it. Why do you have 5 gauges when they appear to always show the same thing? And we leave, but hey, we got a key and a tablet and a code.
Alright, we've restored pressure. You should be able to use the door panel now.
I know, that's why I came over here and clicked on the door panel. You don't need to tell me what I'm doing. Just like when we came in, right? Let's go. So it's white to black, yellow to green, pink to orange. Oh no. Is that not it? That is it. Why is it not working? Oh dear. Oh no. Is there a different solution in this room? Because if there is, I'm pretty much boned. Shit! It's harder than I thought. Oh god, do I have something else? Let's look at... Is it, does this pattern help at all? Hello, Emily. Good to know you are alive. Can I combine it with the key? No. So a junior doll, I guess it won't help us get out of here. We'll take a closer look later. God, I love how they can just say, well, this will never help in this situation. This is a clue for later. I know this because reasons. Is there a clue for what connects to what in this room? That Zero Junior doll is kind of neat. Well, you're welcome to it. Because it's just giving this to us with no other prompts, which suggests we should know how to do it. But putting in this... is it the order we connect them? Do we have to do pink to orange first, then yellow to green, then white to black? No. I am intensely confused. Does the pressurization chamber give us anything? What if we make it even higher pressure, just for funsies?
What are you doing? There's no point to raise the pressure any higher. Let's get the hell out of here before something else happens.
Oh, but it might have been fun. Anything to look at in the other items? Tablet. Looks like the battery's dead. Yes, yes, we know. Okay, nothing to see on the key. Do we know which colours need to connect to what? Well, we should. We had a manual. Oh wait, the manual says PEC outside, doesn't it? So presumably there's a different one for inside. Oh. See, when I say it out loud, that's not the button. That's not the button. That's... Why is it always the last button? That's the button. See, we've got PEC outside. Right. So there must be a different sequence for the inside. Which we don't have. Hey, do you think we can break that window with the bench?
Are you insane? That window has to stand up to ridiculous pressure differences. We're not going to break it with a bench.
Okay, I don't hear you coming up with any ideas. Mysterious numbers on the bench. Yeah, I know what the mysterious numbers mean. Does this panel say anything? We can't even look at it. Excellent, love that. Anything in the burst remains of this doll? No, that's just all burst doll.
Hey, don't touch that. That's the decompression button. We just got the air back. You want to let it all out again?
Yes. I swear there's nothing in here that would tell you. And if there is, I'm not seeing it. Yeah, that's not important right now, okay. Just tell me what is important right now. What if I took these off again? Well, no, apparently we can leave that alone as well. Great, good. Maybe the answer isn't in another timeline? No, because if it was, it would have booted us to that. Like, it would have been, like, to be continued, or we would already have it in the archive, which... That was for a different one. That's that. That was for a different one. Nope. No, these are all answers for other puzzles. We can scroll up and down? Have we been able to do this all game and I've just never noticed? I mean, it's probably not relevant, but... Seriously, have we been able to do this the entire game and I've never noticed? Huh. It's because I don't really use the cursor. No, I am straight up stumped here. New axis of motion just dropped. And I want to get a hint, but if I tell it to give me hints, it will. I won't be able to get the gold file anymore. Which, I mean, admittedly won't be too much of an issue if I can't leave this chamber, but... Nothing we can do with this big bulkhead. Nothing we can do with the panel on that door. All that is a box with a red cable. We can't touch any of the laser stuff. Touching anything on the repressurization chamber just makes Grandad shout at us.
Let's make the pressure's back to normal.
Don't think we can get up until we unlock the door. Yeah, good point. Nothing in all these bits of 0. That's not the button I wanted to press. Yeah, and even if we go to this, it's not like listed with a lock or anything. So we must have what we need to solve this, in theory. But I've just not seen it. Interesting that clicking anywhere on the window takes you to specifically this view. Clover's on the other side of the glass wearing a protective suit. You can't see this for reasons. Hey, Clover! Clover, can you hear me?
You don't need to yell.
How was I meant to know to do this? If this gives me the information, I swear to Christ. How were we meant to know to do this? Because you don't know that she's on the other side, because you can't see her. Like, I'm not just losing it, right? She is not in that picture. Huh?
These helmets must have a radio. You should have realized that earlier. How else would we be able to have, would we have been able to talk to each other after we put them on?
Yeah. Guess the excitement of the moment and everything.
Looks like you guys are locked in there. I tried to open the door, but it wouldn't budge. So, what should I do?
Can you look around to see if there's anything useful?
You mean over here? Yeah.
You can direct Clover by clicking objects. This is the least intuitive thing so far in a series of very unintuitive games. Clover, is there anything in that box?
No, it's empty.
Why was there a hesitation there? That worries me. What's the gauge say?
It hasn't changed. It's showing the pressure on this side, 1.5 atmospheres.
Hey, Sigma.
What?
Doesn't it look like there's something under that machine?
Huh? You can barely see that. Hey, Clover, look under that machine. Yeah. Do you see it? It looks like a binder.
Yeah, I see it.
Pick it up. Is there anything in it?
Okay, hold on. This is...
Hey, what is it?
There's a piece of paper in here.
Piece of paper?
It's just like the one I found in the manual. Oh no, wait, it's a little different. The picture's similar, but I guess it's not the same.
What's it of?
How do I explain this? There are these coloured circles, and they're connected to other circles.
You're not making any sense. Let's bring it over here and shove it up against the glass.
Right.
Ha! This is perfect. We can just connect the dots like this.
Okay, just a tip for any... My shoulder's disappearing. Wow, Chroma is going interesting over that corner. It's because my other monitor is in the way. Yeah, just a little tip to any aspiring game designers who might be watching. If the solution to your escape room puzzle requires the player to click on something that literally is not there, it's a bad puzzle. I may not be a game designer, but I can tell you that much. Right. Peck inside. White to purple, yellow to pink, blue to green. White to purple, yellow to pink. I've just cut off, haven't I? Yes, I have. No, that doesn't work. No, because then blue to green cuts off pink. This is a tougher one. Because it feels like at least one of either white, purple, or yellow, pink will have to curl round this edge, which would then cut into blue to green. No, this is a really stupid way of doing things, because now it's impossible to hit a pink. Can I use the memo to draw over it and figure out the roots? I mean, that would probably make sense, to be honest. Give me my other memo page. And I will just triple check that I got the combinations right. White to purple, yellow to pink, blue to green. Yeah. Because if white to purple goes that way, yellow to pink has to go under it. And then that leaves blue to green with nowhere to go. Because, okay, whatever happens, green, the first step has to be there. Because either of the other ways would hit a different colour. Oh, what if we went and then up, in, over, down. Then that could go there, and that can go there. That's how you want to do it. I am, on very rare occasions, a genius. That puzzle was dumb. Spike Chunsoft, I have notes.
Good work.
What's going on? Did you guys unlock it? Do I need to give Sigma a biscuit?
Yeah, looks like. Hold on, I'm opening it now.
Okay. Welcome back. I'm glad you're okay.
I'm glad you're apparently visible.
Thanks to you, Clover.
Would have been toast without you, thanks. As I found out.
Aw, that's okay. You don't need to thank me.
Okay, then we won't. There's a keyhole on these lockers. Does this key fit it? Huh? The key doesn't fit.
Why don't you try the locker next to it?
Okay, sure. Good. It opened. There's something in here. Is this a journal?
Looks like it's blank. Not much. Wait. There's a slip of paper in here. This is...
It's a sheet of paper with colourful stripes and we can view it in the archive. Okay. Okay, so this matches up with the things we found on the machine by with the stool. Where was it? Was it upstairs? It must have been upstairs. And also, when we get up there, we can find out which symbols correspond to which numbers to get that key. Can we take these off now?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we unlocked the door to the decompression chamber, right?
Yeah, no point keeping the damn things on now. Off they go.
In the words of Age of Empires. Was that Age of Empires? Off I go then.
Ah, feels much better.
Clover, you are drenched in sweat. Weird thing for you to point out, Sigma.
Hey, you're not thinking creepy stuff, are you?
I mean, he usually is. Of course not.
Just put them back in the locker.
Okay. You better not, like, smell...
Why does this game have to do this? It's the bad puzzle, and then it's the innuendo. It's the 1-2 punch of making me very annoyed. I am offended you would even suggest such a thing. Well, let's move on from that conversation forever. Okay, so, here we have the thing. We look at our other memo. And it's... 1, 2... Okay, so... 5 is Black Widow. I've drawn that on its side. Whatever. 1 is Star. 3 is Octahedron. 2 I have drawn over. 4 is Up Arrow. 6 is Cylinder. No, 2 is Cylinder. 6 is Trapezium. So now we can get the key from the elevator. Also here we have this panel. There are cold squares on the side here. Yes, there are. If we compare it to the piece of paper we just found, I don't know. I mean, they're connected. Oh wait, we can plug the tablet into this computer. Right, let's just connect these and...
Hey, it says something. I'll read it. Inspecting the protective suit. System is still operating in diagnostic mode. Full range of scan is not possible, so small suits must be used for calibration. Please place the child-sized protective suit in a standing position in the designated location. Touch the screen to begin inspection. Ah.
Okay, we need a child-sized pressure suit, I guess. Well, let's go and get this thing from the... thing. 25113, so that is Cylinder, Widow, Star, Octahedron. Ah, God, it's so much easier to solve these when you actually have the answers.
Good job.
Looks like you were right.
Hey, look.
We found another small key, which presumably goes to the other locker, so... was that upstairs or downstairs? The lockers that we could actually unlock. I think they were upstairs. Why do we film that from such a ridiculous angle? Are these the ones with keyholes? No. No, they must have been downstairs. I tell you, a lot about this game, and many games, would be easier if I had the vaguest semblance of a sense of direction. But instead, you've got this. Aha.
Good. Looks like you got it open.
Here's your child-side protective suit. This is a protective suit.
Maybe, but it's so small and cute. Maybe it's for a kid.
Well, yes, we were just told to get a child-sized protective suit, Clover. Keep up. It takes a long time to get anywhere in this game, both physically and mentally.
The stool is probably what the message was talking about.
So I should stand up that suit and put it here.
I think so.
I guess I need to stand it here, but large machine. But what? You can't just say but and trail off, Sigma. That's not helpful to anyone. Oh, do I need to put it on the doll? Oh, Christ alive. Okay, nobody told me the doll was the size of a child. Didn't look that big, it looked the size of a doll, but here we are. Should I put the dressed up Zero Junior doll here? Touch screen to begin. Pattern on the display is the same as the pattern on the stomach of the stuffed animal wearing the protective suit. Click to scan the pattern so the device can read the colours. Once you have that, enter 3 numbers on the right side of the screen and press check. What? I'm sorry? Okay. So, this is for calibration. So, it's presumably the shorter one. It is such a large doll, clearly. So, it'll be the one that was on the outside of the scanner, which went green, pink, blue, green, pink. So, green is that one. Pink is that one, so that's a 1. And that's a 1. And the blue is there, so that's a 7. Ha ha ha! I can puzzle! Oh, that was the optional one! Okay, that seemed more obvious, because it's written right there. Oh, did I solve it?
Looks like it. I mean, the colour changed and everything.
This is a password, yeah, we know. So let's get the actual solve, which is a lot more complex. Okay, so 1 is cyan, red, blue, yellow, pink, and black. So everything but green. And green is that one, right? So that would make it a 6. Cyan, green, black, blue, and yellow. Yeah, is it 2? It's good that I'm kind of getting to know these. And cyan, green, black, pink, and yellow. It would, I think, make it a 3 if that's pink. Yep. Bibbidibidim. Good job. You deserve a pat on the back, but no biscuit. Don't patronise me.
Hey, the colour's changed.
Don't patronise me, but do tell me when the colour of something has changed. Yes, this is different, it'll open the safe too. God, you never learn how these puzzles work, you're always just like, oh, it's giving me 2 passwords. What could this possibly be for? Anyway, bets in chat now on what weirdness we're about to find in this file. Also, I don't know why I just clapped, that was probably bad for the levels. I don't know, because I can't see them anymore. Yes, this is the safe. Star, sun. The clap wasn't bad for the levels. Excellent. Given that I'm usually doing it when I'm... But you're on a phone, okay. Yeah, I'm glad given that usually when I'm clapping in front of a microphone it's because I'm spiking things to separate up audio when I'm recording.
Hooray! It opened.
Good job. Have a biscuit, or possibly whatever the hell is in this file.
Let's find out what's in the file, gamers. This door. root beer float. The AB game. Which refers to the Ambidex game. It's safe to assume that AB is short for Ambidex, but it also represents the two choices each player is given, A and B. A is the choice to ally, B is the choice to betray. When using the voting machine in the AB room, each player must choose to either ally or betray before the time limit is up. We know. Ah yes, the two genders, Am and Bidex. Oh my god, this is hard to read. A round of the AB game is played between the members of the group who went through the previous Chromatic Door together. If the two members of the pair play against a single solo, each party can choose to either cooperate or betray. The BP of each player would change depending on that choice. If you choose to ally and your opponents... You know what this is. We've been playing it all game. It's been explained at some length. Penalties. If you break the rules or your BP falls below 0, you will be penalised. More specifically, a set of needles in your bracelet will be activated, injecting you with 2 different drugs. The Ambidex game for bisexual rogues. I mean, you came to this stream, what did you expect? The first is an anaesthetic called Soprol Beta. 9 minutes later, this will follow by a muscle relaxant called Tubocurarian. The muscle relaxant will cause your lungs to cease functioning, killing you. In other words, the penalty for failure is death. Voting machines. A machine used by the participants of the AB game to register their votes. It uses a touch panel and is not to be mistaken for an ATM. Steve. Just said with a tone of people keep mistaking it for a bloody ATM. The manual found in the pack contains the following text in reference to these suits. The air in this facility is kept at a very high pressure relative to the outside environment. This is to prevent air contaminated by the virus from entering. All persons wishing to exit the facility must proceed through the pressure exchange chamber. In order to prevent the spread of the virus and maintain a sterile environment, all persons entering the pack must wear a specialised hazmat suit. Anyone not wearing a suit will not be allowed to enter the pack. All of this is just stuff we knew already. Tell us about Scotch instead. Type of whiskey made in Scotland. Its unique aroma comes from the peat used in its manufacture. Scotch is Tenmyouji's favourite drink, a man of culture as well, I see. He often claims, "A little Scotch should scratch this itch," after returning from work, which annoys Quark. Okay. So much of this we get there's a weird amount of information about Quark and Tenmyouji's home life in a lot of these. Root beer floats. A well-known drink made by putting a scoop of vanilla ice cream in some root beer, also known as a black cow. No, it's not. Quark has taken to saying, "Root beer floats my boat," sorry, I didn't do the voice. "Root beer floats my boat," which warms Tenmyouji's heart. Okay. Well, that was all stuff, I guess. Now let's put in the actual password. Star, sun. We solve the room. We find a pile of stuff. Phew. Looks like that did it.
Looks like there's a lot in there.
Oh, what is all that stuff? Hold on. I'll take everything out. Just be patient. Let's see. First off,
Map.
it says floor B.
The one we found in the infirmary said floor A.
So that means floor A must be the top floor, huh? I mean, we took an elevator down to get here. Again, we've explained all this so many times. Yeah, seems like.
Keep going. There's more in there.
This looks like keycards. They've got moons on them. That means these must be the moon keys the announcer was talking about.
There's 2 of them, just like with the sun key.
You take one, Tenmyouji.
Huh? Why?
You're a solo. Just explain the game again and again and again and again. Clover and I only need one.
Alright. Thanks.
Okay, got a couple more things. What's this? That is a blue SD card. It's like a memory card. Actually, it's not an SD card. It's the wrong shape and the contacts are too long. It's a different format, which I can't remember off the top of my head.
I feel like I've seen something like that before. But where?
I wonder what's on it. Well, unless we can find something to stick it into, we won't be finding out anytime soon. Yeah, well, we can figure that out later. For now, we'll just take it with us. What we've got left is
The key!
Is that the key to the exit? Of course it is.
What else would it be? You should be able to get that door open now. Come on, there's no time to waste. Let's move, and then let's talk about moving, and then say we're about to move, and then let's think some more about moving, and say everything we can think of about moving, and then let's move. After a countdown. Lock the door, it says lock. Let's put the key in the lock to unlock the lock. And then we do the countdown, and then we turn it, and it no longer says lock, which means it's not locked, and we can go out. We found it. And yes, I know some of this is just a translation point as much as anything else. I was very aggressively beeping. And here we find the warehouse. Is this another warehouse? Looks just like the one on the last floor.
There's even a big old door in the same spot where the number 9 door is in the other warehouse.
True, but it's rusted over. I don't think it's opening anytime soon. Bitch, you thought.
No lever to open it anyway that I can see.
I'll try and pull it open anyway, because swole. Oh, shoot, we couldn't possibly open that with our bare hands.
Duh. How much do you think that thing weighs?
You'd have about as much like trying to lift a pickup truck, even if it was unlocked.
I want to know what those are.
Those white doors.
Are they chromatic doors?
Yeah, seems like it. I mean, look at this. It's one of those things that says lock.
Yeah, just like the ones next to other chromatic doors.
So you're saying all the chromatic doors the next round are white?
Yeah, they were different colours before, but...
Guess things have changed for this round.
Before we could discuss the doors any further, a familiar robotic voice crackled over the speakers.
An ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
Because that would be Dio opening it early. What?
One of the other teams opened the gate early.
What in the hell did they do that for? We haven't even started back yet. Never mind why, we just need to get back up there, pronto. I'm worried about Quark. We need to hook up with Alice and Kay, the sooner the better.
Right, got it.
Let's go!
Okay, but who gets to hook up with Alice and who gets to hook up with Kay? I'm doing it now, aren't I? The difference is I'm charming and funny. Now we have to pause this transition to show you opening this door. Every bit of this transition did not need to be here. Why? Why do we need to show every step of this journey when the player has no control over it, and it's not even like you can see them progressing from area to area, it's just flat picture to flat picture. It annoys. Cool, that's nearly a minute of transitions when you could just say, so we went to the other warehouse. We returned to the Floor A warehouse only to find only 2 people waiting for us. If you'd cut straight to that line, it'd be fine. It tells you everything you need to... Kay, who had gone through the red door, and Dio had gone through the green door.
Where's Quark? We took him to the infirmary. At the moment, Alice, Fi, and Luna are looking after him. Is he alright? I don't know if I would describe him as alright, but apparently his condition has not worsened, if that's what you mean. He is still resting. However, Good! I'm going to the infirmary. Tenmyouji, please, wait.
Tenmyouji ignored Kay and took off to run through the yellow door, which we now need to show opening and closing. Just in case you have not, by this point in the series, worked out what a door opening and closing looks like.
Oh dear. He's gone. There was something I needed to tell him.
Well, it's not like it matters. The girls will just tell him when he gets there. He ought to calm down once he's seen the kid. Clover and I looked at one another, eyebrows raised. What are they going to tell him?
Well, you see.
What? You found virus medicine in the laboratory? Oh, well, at least this is public knowledge now.
Yes. Unfortunately, we found only a single vial.
Then we can cure Quark's Radical 6.
So it would seem.
Well, I guess we should head over to the infirmary and see how he's doing. Come on, let's go. Right behind you. We're just going to forget about the Ambidex rooms. And we're going to cut directly to another room, because it is within our power to do so, apparently. He should be fine now. It might take some time for him to recover fully, but the worst is over. Oh. Yeah, you're not wrong. Oh. This game, man. I swear. Luna's voice was quiet as she stepped back from Quark. She held an injection gun with an empty vial. Delicately, she placed it back in the cabinet. Quark had been laid out on a crude cot and was still sound asleep with his weird ET face. His breathing was even and his expression was peaceful. Allegedly. He looked like any other child, and that's worrying, sleeping soundly after a long day of doing whatever it is children do to amuse themselves. Crime, usually. Any trace of the insanity he had shown earlier was nowhere to be found. It's very hard to look insane while you're asleep.
Is he really going to be okay?
Why are we getting a shot of this mirror? Yes. We analysed the vial and confirmed that it was definitely Axelavir, not Alexavir. Now that I've administered it... The Axelavir should eradicate the virus completely given enough time, right? Yes, that should be the case. Thank goodness. Yeah, what a relief. Things were looking pretty sketchy there for a while, that's for sure. I felt some of the tension disappeared from my shoulders, and I let out a breath I hadn't realised I'd been holding. Did somebody need to tell Sigma to stretch? We weren't out of the woods yet, but at least Quark was safe. Tenmyouji let out a long, shaky sigh and lowered himself onto one of the empty beds. He rubbed his hands wearily across his face, and I thought I saw the glint of tears.
Alice, you and Kay, I don't know what to say other than thanks. You saved his life. I don't know the words to tell you how much that means to me.
Oh, please. It was nothing, really. We just happened to be the ones who went through the red door.
Where's Kay? He's not in here.
He's still in the warehouse. Dio and Kay stayed behind. They went there to wait for you guys while we came back here. We figured someone should explain what was going on so you wouldn't come back to an empty warehouse. So Dio and Kay were the ones who opened the AB gates? Not both of them. There was only one door open. Ah. Well, we should get back and tell them how Quark's doing. Kay will want to know at least. Yeah, you're right. I nodded and headed back toward the other side of the room. I was nearly there when Tenmyouji suddenly spoke. Also, incidentally, that defibrillator is It's very much Chekhov's defibrillator over there. It's not been touched yet, but always been very visible.
That's right!
Huh?
You know that memory card we found?
This thing? Oh, this old thing.
Yeah. I think I know how we can take a look at what's on it. What, you don't remember? There's a memory card just like it that we used to solve the puzzles in here.
Yeah, he's right. There's a slot next to the screen. It should work for this one too. Yeah, there it is. Right, yeah. Well, let's give it a shot. Yeah, I want to see what's on it. My money, string of numbers. Okay, just give me a minute here. I slid the card into the slot next to the screen. No sooner had I done so than an image of a waveform popped up on the screen. Okay, maybe not a string of numbers. Is there an audio file on here? Why don't we turn up the volume a bit? Luna tapped a few things on the screen and a bar began to move across the screen. Before long, a voice drifted out of the speakers. This is Control. How's it going over there? Bet you missed the sound of my voice, huh? Well, I gotta be honest, it's getting pretty lonely over here, too. Feeling kinda like Howling at the Moon, Lone Wolf style. Speaking of which, I'm looking at it right now, and the old girl is beautiful. Never seen a moon this full, and that color? Tonight's that eclipse, remember? What a way to end 2028, huh? The moon's this amazing red. If it wasn't so beautiful, it'd be kind of ominous. Wish you guys could see it too, but... sorry. Forgot. You're supposed to be on Mars, aren't you? I have additional questions. So, how are Phobos and Deimos looking right now? Sure hope I'll get to look up at them someday too. Anyway, over. Hey, something wrong? Talk to me, guys. What, you gonna play hard to get because we haven't talked in so long? Enough jokes, alright? Knock it off. Where are you guys? Is there something wrong with the radio? You're saying everything's green? Well then, what the hell's going on here? Why aren't they responding? No, the video feed's online. Look, you can see all 9 of them, 3 at each table. What? Someone hacked our feed? What do you mean this isn't live? No, clip on repeat? Who would do that? What in hell is happening here? This is Control. I repeat, this is Control. Please come in. I'm asking you to respond. This is... Oh, thank God. You really had me worried there. What happened? 6 of us are dead. What? Counting myself, there are only 3 left. How? Why are... They were killed. What? I guess you could say I killed them. No, that's not quite right. Not just them. Not just these 6. All of them. All 6 billion. Soon I will have killed 6 billion people. Are you there? Respond. Damn it. This is Control. I repeat, this is Control. We have an emergency situation. We have an unconfirmed report of 6 deceased test subjects. Deploy rescue and escort teams to the test site immediately. Shit. What the hell happened in there? I don't know why Control was slowly turning more and more into Yogi Bear there, but I'll go with it. Well, I have so many additional questions. Don't think that was like what I was expecting in any sense. Is that it?
Yes. What on earth was that?
Any ideas? I got only frowns and shaking heads in response. Only one person showed a reaction other than stunned confusion. That's not a good expression. Tenmyouji, that's the expression of someone who's plotting your death. Long after the audio ended, he stared at the screen, deep in thought.
Do you know something, Tenmyouji?
Yeah, I think I know what that was. It's probably a transmission from the Mars mission test site.
Mars?
I'm sorry, what?
You mean some kind of space travel? What kind of test site was it?
Did you know that the government is developing spaceships with particle annihilation engines?
Sir, this is an Arby's. Oh, you'd have to roll with this game so much because it's just like, bam, new plot thing, bam, did you know this? Bam, pseudoscience. Keep up, bam, innuendo. Shouldn't have been listening so hard.
These ships would be able to get humans to Mars a lot faster than old chemical rockets. They don't want to just send a Mars mission off half-cocked. Gotta be full cock. So much cock on this Mars mission. I don't know where I'm going with this. That was the idea behind this test, to make it all 100% cock at all times. They built a whole complex on this old Air Force base in Nevada. The idea was that it was to... The idea was to forget how to speak the English language. The idea was that it would be a simulation of a manned mission to Mars with a crew of 9 men and women and so much cock. They'd monitor the whole thing and use that data to plan the real mission.
My voice for Tenmyouji is turning into Giles Brandreth, and I guess this is just what we have now. So what we just listened to was a transmission from that project.
Yeah.
Why is something like that here?
Don't know why. We found it in the safe. No explanation. Dollars to Donuts has got something to do with Zero's plan.
You mean we were meant to hear what was on that card?
Yeah.
That's all very interesting, but how exactly do you know about all this?
About the simulated Mars mission.
Yes.
I was involved with the project.
Involved? Hadoken face.
The intent was to create an accurate... The idea was to create as accurate a simulation as possible. That meant we'd need to simulate the radio silence we'd experienced during conjunction.
What's a conjunction?
It means two things in space are close to each other. In this case, we're talking about a superior conjunction where Mars and Earth are on the exact opposite sides of the sun.
Why can I not speak English today? This stream is mostly words, and you'd think language would be important, but apparently no. This is the day where we look at words and we just go bleh.
So unless we've got some sort of relay, there'll be a period of time where we won't be able to communicate with each other. What we heard on that card was when the simulated conjunction was scheduled to end.
That's when they died.
No, we don't know that. He could have died long before that conversation.
Jerry?
All we know is that's when it was discovered.
So 6 of the test subjects died, right?
Yeah.
Well, do you remember what she said? There was something about how she didn't just kill 6 people. She said 6 billion. What the heck did she mean by that?
Just what the hell happened there?
Tenmyouji frowned, looked down at the floor. We were all silent as he paced slowly back and forth across the room. At last he stopped, raised his head and spoke.
The truth is that there's a chance a virus escaped from the test site.
Why did you keep your terrifying brain viruses and your Mars test mission in the same facility? A virus? Wait, you don't mean...
Yeah, Radical 6.
This seems like... Let's put all our dangerous missions around the same point of failure. What could go wrong? Oh, exactly that. What? How can that be?
I'm just telling you what I know, okay? Nobody's sure how Radical 6 got in there in the first place, but one of the subjects might have been infected when they entered, or the virus itself might have been an intentional part of the simulation, which would be super dumb, but we might have done it anyway, because hey, once you've got this much space research funding, you just start doing any old shit. See what happens. We call it pure science. The test site deaths became the index case for a pandemic. Anyway, prevailing wisdom says it got out somehow, and once it was out, it spread pretty quick, all across the planet.
How you know so much about the pandemic, and yet, when it was revealed, we were all standing around going, what pandemic? You maybe could have mentioned all of this. And it killed 6 billion people.
Well, not directly. Best numbers put only a third or so of those deaths as directly caused by Radical 6.
Oh, it only killed 2 billion people. What are you even moaning about?
The other 4 billion died from the collapse caused by the deaths of the first third. The whole world just fell apart.
Wow. Damn. I have a lot of questions. Okay, yeah, more than one. Thank you, Sigma. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start knowing where to start. Well, no, take that back. Explain that date. Unless I heard this wrong, the day the Radical 6 got out was December 31st, 2028.
Yeah.
The day I got grabbed by the guy in the gas mask was December 25th, 2028. Me too. Christmas Day. I was kidnapped on Christmas too. Clover and I were taken 3 days earlier on the 22nd. Yeah. Then you see what I'm saying, right? That recording was made close to a week after we were all picked up. Oh no, has time gone all wobbly? Who could have seen that coming? And that maybe the discontinuity of consciousness meant a discontinuity of time. If only I'd been saying that literally this entire game. What the hell is going on here? What I just said. I think it's from the future! We're all from the future.
You see,
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. That announcer has just the perfect dramatic timing. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline is passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
we're out of time. We need to go back to the warehouse.
Tell me on the way, talk and walk. You never seen The West Wing? Wait, you haven't answered?
Don't care. I need more than 10 minutes to explain everything.
Well, explain some of the things then.
Half-assing it is just going to make you more confused.
We must have full cock and maximum ass. That's the only way to do these things. Now get moving. Dear all my viewers, I can only apologise for whatever the hell is going on today.
That's enough! Shut your damn hole or I'm picking betray.
Wow.
Hey, come on now.
Fine, do what you want, but I need to get back to the AB rooms.
What's there to apologise for apart from full cock and maximum ass?
I'd like to stay with Quark, but he seems to be doing alright, so, meh.
I'll stay here with him. If I could do the voting for our pair. I could trust her, can you? Is that alright with you?
Yeah, sure. I have less than no control over Tenmyouji. Yeah, but to be fair, most of those things were me riffing. Yes, for clarity, if anybody's been watching this without the video, about half of what Tenmyouji said was what Tenmyouji actually said. The rest was me.
Well, if you'd be willing to do that, I'd be much obliged. Thanks, Luna. Take good care of him.
It's just like, well, okay. Have fun with my grandson, with my unconscious grandson, whatever.
Of course, I'll make sure everything goes fine.
Tenmyouji gave her one last nod and then turned and dashed out of the infirmary. Well, that's that, I guess. You should probably be going too.
Yes. We'll just have to wait to hear the rest of what he has to say later.
I'd rather just get it all out in the open now, but there's not much we can do.
Let's get going then.
See? Cut directly to the warehouse. Everybody has fun. Game keeps moving. We return to the warehouse to find only Kay. I explain what had happened with Quark, then glance around the room. Where's Dio?
He has gone into his AB room.
Already?
Indeed.
Then he opened the first AB gate, right?
Of course.
This is bad. I won't be able to talk with him. This is going to limit my choices.
You've only got one BP left, haven't you?
Yeah, Luna's the same.
If I choose Ally and Dio picks Betray.
Fi and Luna will be penalized.
Huh. I don't have a choice. I'll have to pick Betray. The risk with Ally is just too high. Hey Alice, don't you have one BP too?
That's right. Both Kay and I will be playing against Quark. And he'll just default to Ally.
Yeah, remember when I thought that and then I got murdered?
I guess you don't need to worry about getting penalised then, huh?
What if Alice and Kay choose Betray?
You needn't worry. That will not happen. Even though, as you have told me, Quark is recovering, he is still weak. Moreover, he is only a child. To betray an innocent child would be...
Yeah, that would be unthinkable.
Said in the voice of somebody who has absolutely thought it.
Even if you ignore his age or condition, it's hardly fair to take advantage of someone who can't vote.
So you vote to Ally?
Yes.
Of course.
Well then, shall we go?
Yes.
Kay and Alice nodded to one another and disappeared into the AB room second from the right. And we had to animate the doors for reasons. Without saying anything, Fi turned and walked into the room just left of theirs. And we did the door animation again. That left only myself, Clover, and Tenmyouji.
Do you remember what you said to me when you chose the blue door? Something about how you'd convince me to choose Ally. Seems like now would be the time to let me know how you're going to convince me.
Me too, I'm fascinated. Well, it's not that complicated. I promise you that Clover and I will vote Ally. That's it, pretty much.
I see. And you figure I'll believe you because you only got one BP. Once you've told me that you plan to ally, I won't be able to choose Betray, since if you're telling the truth...
You'll kill me.
Not a bad plan, but it assumes that I've taken killing you off the table. Seems like a risky bet for you.
I disagree.
Why is that?
Clover's BP is 6. If you ally, and we betray, then she'd have enough points to escape, right? She could run off through the number 9 door as soon as this round's over.
I'd never.
It's easy for you to say. But think about it from my perspective. Sure, you might not, but you also might. If I guess wrong, it's a pretty big loss for me.
Well, what if Clover tries to seduce you to get what she wants?
Made it weird. What?
Huh?
That's just an example. What I'm trying to say is that once you're in that room, Clover might try and make some sort of bargain with you. With her lady parts. I'm asking you what you're going to do if that happens. Are you sure you'll still choose ally?
Seduce me, huh?
Hey! What are you staring at, you perv?
Guys.
There's no way on earth I'd do anything like that.
Correct.
As if. In your dreams, creep.
Well, that's that then. Not gonna lie though, move on.
So I can trust you. You're gonna choose ally.
Yeah.
You can trust us.
Promise?
Of course.
We promise.
Alright. I guess I'll vote ally too then.
3 minutes remain until Amidex's game polling closes.
Well, it looks like we don't have much time left. I'm trusting you.
I'm trusting you too. Tenmyouji gave us a curt nod, then turned and strode into the second AB room from the left. Why do we need to know which room it is every time? And why do we need to watch it open and close its doors every single time? So many questions to be asked. Right, well, let's get to it.
Yeah.
Every part of this equation we have to be shown. Lock, keycard, noise, unlocked. Just so you can see every bit of it. Press start. Watch this door close.
Hey, Sigma. I wanted to ask you something.
What's up?
Could you hit betray? For me?
What?
I mean, I could try and, like, tackle you. But you're so big and strong, you'd probably just throw me onto the ground and that'd be it.
PhD and swap.
Yeah, well, so I thought I might as well just ask you really nicely. Oh, I mean, I'd be happy to, pay you back. If you just pick betray for me, then I'll listen to anything you say.
This is exactly what we were just talking about. Anything?
Yep. Anything. So think carefully, okay? If you choose ally, you're trusting him with your life.
Yeah, if he chooses betray, it's all over.
Uh-huh. Are you really sure you can trust that old fart?
Hey now, that's not very nice.
The only safe choice is to pick betray.
But if he chooses ally and we don't...
Then I'll have 9 BP. You don't need to worry about that. Even if I do get 9 BP, I won't just go and open the number 9 door all by myself. I mean, Alice wouldn't have 9 points yet. But I can't leave her behind. Please. Will you pick betray? 20 seconds remain until Amidex's game polling closes.
The voting machine was in front of me. I didn't have much time left to think. Would I keep my promise to Tenmyouji and pick ally? Or would I betray him for Clover and... This is getting creepy. In the end, there was only one possible answer. 3, 2, 1. I mean, we're going to have to pick every option anyway, and she does drive a hard bargain. Warning for whatever's about to happen, because it's probably going to get creepy as hell. Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening. Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen and do the anime portrait thing. Not used to seeing Alice's there. They were allied, they betrayed each other, and we exploited an old man. Clover has 9 points, but that's not going to be an issue, right? Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
So, that's how it is, huh? Promises are made to be broken, I see.
Sorry. I just couldn't bring myself to trust you.
I could have chosen betray and killed you. That was a possibility.
Yeah. After all, you did choose betray in the last round.
That was a completely different situation. Well, in any event, your idiotic paranoia has given Clover 9 BP. How do you intend to deal with that?
Don't worry, she'd never try and open the...
Really? Then what's that?
Huh?
Look, I believe she's standing in front of the number 9 door right now.
What the hell? No. No way. Well, that went well. Shock as betrayal is met with betrayal. That's... I am getting the sense that that's the thesis of this whole game. Betrayal breeds betrayal.
Oh, number 9 door.
She opened it. Shit. Clover, what the hell are you doing?
Sorry. Alice gave me an order, though. Clover, you have to get out of here and call for help. My BP's down to 1. I'll have to play the AB game at least 3 more times in order to get to 9. If someone beats me to it, then we'll be trapped here forever. That can't happen. I am giving you an order as your commanding officer. Escape.
What about the promise you made me? You're not her commanding officer.
Promise.
Said you'd listen to anything I said.
So, I am, aren't I? I can sure hear you well enough. Every little word is reaching my ears, isn't it?
You?
What, you think you're something gross? You're a perv.
I mean, this is true.
Hey,
Come on now. Seriously, I've said it before and I'll say it again, but can anime and anime-related things just stop it with the comedy pervert tropes? They're not funny or endearing or anything good at all.
the number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds. Anyway, I did what I promised, so I'll be heading off now.
Clover! Clover!
You fucking bitch! You're not getting out of here! Dio leapt toward Clover with a roar, but she danced quickly aside, dodging his punch with ease.
Bye, guys!
With a last carefree grin, she leapt through the number 9 door. And then it closed very slowly. So slowly, and we had to show the whole animation of it. And then the clamps closed over it, and they were even slower, and it was all very slow and loud. The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your participation. As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked. Escape is not possible. Please enjoy your stay.
She's gone.
Shit. All we can do now is wait for her to call for help.
Help, huh? Let's hope there's still someone who can.
What's that supposed to mean? Tenmyouji said nothing and just shuffled off through the yellow door and out of the room. A cold silence descended on the rest of us. It was a silence that promised to remain for a very, very long time. Shock as picking Betray got us a bad end. Who could have seen this coming? Who in the world? But like I say, gotta pick all the options, gotta see all the endings. Gotta 100% the universe. Now, did we get any keys in this route? No. We have learnt nothing! Yay! Learnt nothing. Who learns things, I mean, honestly. So instead, let's go back to this and not pick Betray like an idiot. Beep. And we fast forward. We press start. And we speed. No, Clover, your wiles will not affect us now, for we have seen our own death. We made a promise to an old man, and that is more important than any weird seduction you might be pulling. And then we fast forward to exiting. And then to the results. And the anime portrait thing. Where's Alice? Where did Alice go? Yeah, see? Everybody did the good things. Everybody has lots of points. It's almost like when you do things for each other, everyone benefits. This has been my PSA. Points, bracelets.
Looks like you managed to trust me.
This time. Well, it seems like I made the right choice. This time.
I only did what I said I would.
You really helped me out. Thanks.
Now you could say the same thing. No need for thanks.
The corner of his mouth twitched into a grin. I felt myself smile a little in response. We had befriended an old man. Clover, on the other hand, looked less than pleased. That was a bad choice, Sigma. And after I told you I'd listen to anything you said. Ah well, whatever. She sighed heavily, shot me one last annoyed look and stalked off. Across the room, Dio and Phi were already confronting one another over their results. You tried to kill me and Luna. Can't say I'm surprised. Oh, don't give me that. You knew exactly what I was doing. I knew you weren't stupid enough to pick Ally. You'd defend yourself with Betray, just like I would. Wait. Where's Luna? In the infirmary looking after Quark. Is that where Alice went too? Alice? No, she went into one of the AB rooms with Kay.
Yes, we did indeed enter together. When the doors opened, however, she left, somewhat unsteadily in the direction of the cyan door.
Someone's got the brain plague! She left the warehouse?
Indeed.
Without even checking the results?
Correct. There was little reason to check them.
Yeah, it's not like Quark was going to betray you.
Indeed.
And you two still chose ally? Man. What a pair of bleeding hearts.
If you say so. Being mocked for my compassion is a small price to pay for retaining my humanity.
Where did Alice run off to?
While we were in the AB room, she mentioned being quite tired. Perhaps she went to one of the cabins to rest.
Oh, well, I guess that would make sense.
An ominous rumble filled the warehouse. The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 3 of the... We've heard this so many times. I can't skip it. Star keys required. No set limit of usage. Do the thing all the time. Can open the gates as many times as we want? Wait. That means the star keys can be used... Oh, no. No.
That means the star keys can be used to play the AB game any number of times.
Thought I'd overclicked.
If I understood that announcement correctly, that is.
Hey, didn't Zero Jr. say something about this? Yes. We've heard this so many times. Why can't we fast forward? Yeah, he did. Can you guys all show me your bracelets? I want to see what all our colours and groups are this time. Within moments, a series of wrists were extended for me to examine. Oh, we have to manually click between them all. Huh? Looks like all the colours are weird. Clover's a cyan pair and Phi's a magenta pair, but Tenmyouji's a yellow pair.
The 3 solos are red, green, and blue. Kay's red, Dio's green, and you're blue.
And how are we supposed to group up for the chromatic doors? I think they're going to be white this time.
Ah, yes.
No.
Ah, yes. Dio told me about them. Very interesting.
Yeah. They're white, all of them. I had a good look while I was waiting for Sigma to show up down in the warehouse. You should have seen them then too, Phi. Yeah, I did. You're talking about the doors in the Floor B warehouse, right? Yeah, so lay it on us. How are the groups going to shake out this time? Phi nodded and began to explain. Option A. Tenmyouji, yellow, and me, blue, would form one group. Phi, magenta, and Dio, green, would form another group. Clover, cyan, and Kay, red, would form the third. Huh? Wait, you mean there's only one option? Yeah. There's no other way we can group up to make white. Alice, Luna, and Quark aren't here to show us their bracelets, so we don't know for sure what their colours are. But it's pretty clear they'll all be pairs, since none of the pairs here have a partner. So they'll be yellow, magenta, and cyan, right? Magenta? Magenta. Right. Alright, what now? We've got plenty of time until those white doors open. Yeah, about an hour it looks like.
I'm gonna go find Alice.
Of course. I'll come with you then. Clover gave her a shrug, and the two of them headed out through the cyan door. Why did I pronounce it like that? Cyan? Capital of Wyoming.
Do I really need to say it?
Infirmary, right? You're gonna go check on Quark.
Yeah.
He gave me a nod and trotted out through the yellow door. That left only the three of us, Dio, Kay, and myself. What are you guys gonna do? Yeah, I think I'm gonna head over to the lounge and have a drink. You wanna tag along, Kay?
Are you making fun of me? I find it rather hard to drink with this mask on.
Alright, of course. My bad. Well, I'm out. Later. With a lazy wave of his hand, Dio slouched off towards the magenta door. It took me a moment to realise Kay was following him. Hey, what is this? You following me?
No, you must be mistaken. I hope to investigate floor B further. There are still several rooms I haven't visited.
Okay, you don't have to tell me your life story. See ya. That conversation ended as I reached the door and stepped through it. Did it actually, or did you just stop hearing them because they've gone into another room? Can't hear it, must not be happening. Nobody is talking outside of my earshot. That's how it works. Alright. What should I do? And tonight's that eclipse, remember? What a way to end 2028, huh? Of course. I need to get the rest of that story out of Tenmyouji. The words were scarcely out of my mouth before I set off at a dead run down the hallway and toward the infirmary. Huh? There's nobody here. The room was completely empty. I edged forward and peeked around the partition. There he was. Tenmyouji. He was standing next to Quark, apparently oblivious to my presence, looking down at something in his hand. A picture? Must have made some small noise because he suddenly looked up, saw me, and hastily shoved the photo back into his pocket. What was that? It's a photo of something, right? Was it yours?
Forget it! It's got nothing to do with you.
All the stuff we had with us when we got grabbed was taken away. Why were you hiding it? Where were you hiding it?
Why should I tell all of you about one measly photo?
Anyway, where's Luna?
I asked her to leave. I wanted to be alone with Quark for a bit. So, why are you here?
I wanted to hear the rest.
The rest of what? The hell are you talking about?
Talking about the simulated manned mission to Mars. We had that recording about it.
I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Okay, is he just pretending to be an idiot, or, has he actually forgotten? Or do we have a clone problem on our hands?
I'm getting old. Memory's not what it used to be. Yeah, he's messing with us, okay. I seem to be forgetting a lot of stuff lately.
Hey, nice try, pal. You're not getting away with it this time. You remember something alright. You remember so much, you told me it should take way more than 10 minutes to tell it all.
You really sure you want to know?
Huh?
Maybe I'll tell you and then you'll regret it. Maybe you'll wish you kept your fool mouth shut. Just think about all the hopes you've got for the future, and all the happy memories of your past. What if what I have to tell you makes everything you've ever believed ring hollow, and the whole world just crumbles around you? You sure you want that?
Hey, come on, you don't need to threaten me with your apparent Lovecraftian knowledge.
This isn't a threat. I'm being honest here. You really, truly prepared?
Well, of course. I never got the chance to say I am. Before I could, fire exploded into the room, her face a mixture of anxiety and fear. Good. There you are. Did something happen? Alice is... Look, just come with me, alright? She's in the number 2 cabin. Without waiting for a response, Fi span around and ran back out of the room. Tenmyouji and I exchanged a quick, confused look, then leapt up and took off after her. No, do the story first, because when you get there, the timeline will end. Oh, I crave information. Well, she dead. Again. Alice! First thing I saw when I stepped through the door was the blossom of red on her chest. We've used that line before, and I remember, because I remember saying it and just being like, wow, the cadence of that. That could be a Mountain Goats lyric. First thing I saw when I stepped through the door was the blossom of red on her chest. It felt as if I'd walked straight into a brick wall. I stopped short, my body refusing to move. How did this happen, Brain Plague? I forced one shaking foot forward, then the next. My legs began to buckle, and I put a hand against the wall. Goose. It gets me every time. I put a hand against the wall to steady myself as my heart thundered in my chest. Calm down. Calm down. This looks pretty bad, but you don't actually know anything yet, even if the menace goose is out. Yeah, that's right. Maybe it's not too late. Maybe we can still save her. Then at last I pressed my fingers to her neck and those hopes were dashed. No pulse. Clearly she wasn't breathing either. Her pupils had dilated hideously, making her face seem somehow inhuman. No, it's not true. Why? Then I noticed it. All the blood must have distracted me, but I now saw there was a scalpel buried in her chest. Judging by the position of its handle, she'd been stabbed through the heart. I felt a sympathetic twinge of pain in my own chest. My stomach lurched. Bile and hopelessness rose up in my throat. Bile and hopelessness, very much my favourite grime duo. I stood, hands balled tightly into white-knuckled fists, and took a deep breath. I guess her fantasy armour didn't work. Yeah, shockingly, the ring around the boobs design doesn't provide much protection. All around the room were the rest of the non-re games participants. Except, of course, for Quark. I wanted to ask which one of them had killed her. She killed herself with a screaming brain plague. Even if it had been one of them, though, there was no way they'd answer. All I could do was stare at each one of them in turn, asking myself, is this person a murderer? Is this a murderer? The looks they traded with one another suggested that I wasn't the only person wondering if they were standing next to a killer. An unsettling silence filled the room. Also, there was a goose for some reason. Clover was the first to speak.
Who did this? Say something! Answer me! Please, Clover, calm down. We don't even know if she was killed. Then what happened? An accident? You think a scalpel just dropped from the ceiling and stabbed her?
Cool it, kid.
You did it, didn't you?
Are you nuts?
And who did it? Who killed her?
Clover, even if we assume that she was murdered, that doesn't necessarily mean the killer was one of ours, does it?
Wait a minute. You went into the AB room with Alice during the last round, didn't you? Something happened in there, didn't it?
No, nothing happened.
Don't lie to me! There's no way Alice would just run off like that. She wouldn't leave me. Something happened. If she was going to leave, she'd tell me.
Hey, Clover. Don't you think just assuming Alice was murdered is jumping the gun a little bit?
How can you look at her and say that? Scalpels don't just stab people all by themselves. Oh, I see. I see. I get it now. You're all in on it, aren't you? It wasn't just one killer. It was 6. No wonder you're so anxious to say this wasn't a murder.
Clover, please, just settle down.
Fine. Show me some proof then. Prove to me in 10 seconds that you didn't murder my friend.
That's not how proof works.
Or I'm gonna kill every last one of you bastards. You're all going to die just like she did.
Hey, hold on a minute.
9, 8, 7.
Well, I mean, we know she can murder a lot of people. She's got previous. Like, alternate timeline previous, but, you know, the potential is there.
Clover. 6, 5, 4.
Clover.
3, 2, 1.
A flash of possibly related images. And here is this research journal. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. Oh, right. Was that animation telling us that we used a key there? Just checking the flowchart. Oh, hey, we used a key. Go us. Is there proof it wasn't murder? Yeah. Suddenly Clover moved. I leapt forward and clamped my hand around her wrist.
What are you doing?
Clover, listen to me. Alice wasn't killed. Nobody murdered her. She took her own life.
What? No. No, there's no way she'd do that.
It's true. She stabbed herself in the heart with the scalpel.
Alright, where'd she get the scalpel then?
What?
I did hear someone come into the infirmary right after the AB game ended.
Is that before I showed up?
Yes. I got up to see who it was, but they were already gone. It could have been Alice.
So she could have taken the scalpel then.
Yes, I think so. You're lying! This is all a lie. It has to be.
It's not. It's the truth.
Then why did she do it? Why would Alice kill herself?
She probably didn't have a reason.
What?
She'd been infected with Radical 6. That's what killed her.
But you just said she killed herself. Just tell me the truth.
I am!
And prove it. Your 10 seconds ran out a long time ago, so if you don't have any proof...
I do! I have proof. There was a journal in the lab, wasn't there, Kay? Show it to me. A journal? It would have been in the safe. Ah, well. Alice would have it then. Fight. Can you... I don't feel right touching a dead woman's body. Could you take a look? Sure. Her hands barely shook as she quickly searched through Alice's clothing. Just look at what Alice is wearing. Is there anywhere to put a book there? was only seconds before she stopped, because that's how much clothing she's got. Slowly and carefully, she drew something out. There it was. Journal. Fi turned to hand it to me, but I shook my head. You read it. It's in Latin, I can't make heads or tails of it. She cocked an eyebrow at me and flipped the small book open. When she looked back up at me, it was with both suspicion and surprise. Yeah, it is Latin. But translating this is impossible. It's full of words I've never heard before, and I can barely understand any of this. Page 216. Huh? Turn to page 216. You should be able to read that one. Fi's frown deepened, but she did as I'd suggested. Nobody trusts the time traveller. World line traveller, whatever. I watched her eyes quickly scan the page before looking up at me with renewed suspicion. Yeah, I can read this page. How did you know? No, wait. How did you even know there was a journal in the lab? I just knew. You just knew. Come on. Look, just read it, okay? Clover wants to hear what it has to say. Right? Yeah? Right. Give me a moment to look it over. After a few moments of whispering to herself in Latin, Fi began to translate, paraphrasing the contents of the journal. Radical 6 reduces the processing at the speed of the brain by a factor of the root of 1/6. One of the symptoms of Radical 6 infection is an overwhelming urge to commit suicide. Research has shown that it would probably respond to the right sort of antiviral medication, but no one has been able to develop one yet. Nearby towns are filled with the corpses of people who took their own lives. The uninfected have only barely managed to survive and have been sent into underground shelters supervised by the government. Oh Lord, please, let their future be a bright one. Fi shut the journal with a soft slap. A sickly silence drifted through the room. The newspaper article, the recording, the conversation with Tenmyouji, and now this journal entry. There was no more hiding from the truth. The pandemic had already happened. All of Clover's rage suddenly dissipated, and she collapsed to the floor, tears pouring down her face. None of us had the heart to say anything, and for several long moments the only sound in the room was Clover's sobs. I thought we were just going to end like that. We've got a problem. It's almost time for the primary doors to open. Yeah, only 10 minutes left. I'm sorry, but I'll be taking Alice's bracelet. Fi and I won't be able to open the secondary door without it. So she was a magenta pair just like me. You just now noticed that, did you? As he spoke, Dio grabbed the bracelet off the floor and dropped it into his pocket. What color is your bracelet, Luna? I'm a cyan pair. You're part of Clover's pair, then. That means the two of you will need to come with me. I guess so. Come on now, Clover. We need to go. Alice would want you to survive, wouldn't she? You'll never be able to figure out why all this happened if you stay here. Please. You're right. Alice, I promise I'll find out what happened to you. I'll figure out who Zero really is. I mean, if you'd never been locked up in here, you never would have... This never would have happened. So it's like Zero killed you, right? I promise. I'll avenge you. Clover stood up and rubbed her hands roughly over her eyes, smearing tears across her cheeks. Then with a determined frown, she strode out of the room. Alright, we're out of time. Move, people.
You guys head on down to the Floor B warehouse. We'll catch up with you later.
Alright, Quark's got the yellow bracelet, which makes him your partner, right?
Yeah. Can't exactly leave him behind.
Without him, we'd end up stuck in the AB room.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's go. See the rest of you once we've picked up Quark.
Very well. Until we meet again.
I was on the last space of the flowchart. Have they gone and spawned more flowchart again? I'll have to check in a second. Or are we just about to hit an ending? Because if we were about to hit an ending, I'd keep running.
Quark! You're awake!
Yeah, I just woke up. Hey, where's everybody else?
Oh god. Quark!
Tenmyouji's entire body shook with emotion as he drew closer to him. He cautiously laid a trembling hand on the boy's shoulder, almost as if he were afraid Quark would disappear in a puff of smoke the moment he was touched. When Quark proved to indeed be corporeal, Tenmyouji let out a cry and threw his arms around him. What's wrong? Are you okay, Grandpa?
It's nothing. Nothing's wrong. I'm fine.
But... Quark gave him a puzzled look. Tenmyouji didn't even notice. His face was a mixture of happiness and relief. I could see tears twinkling from the wrinkled corners of his eyes. All traces of his usual gruff stoicism had vanished. I didn't want to interrupt such a happy reunion, but we were running out of time. Still, Tenmyouji deserved a few minutes. I left them alone. Cool, that was it, a few minutes down. At last, Tenmyouji seemed to recover, and shifted from an embrace to a protective arm around the shoulder.
So, how are you feeling?
Feeling? Well, okay, I guess. Was I sick or something?
No, you're not sick. If you feel fine, then you're fine.
Huh?
I'm sorry. I should never have gotten you involved in all this.
What are you apologizing for?
Sorry.
You're doing it again. Are you sure you're okay? So, where's everybody else? Mr. Sigma's here, but he's just been standing there looking kind of silly.
I mean, that tracks. I gave him a nervous smile and explained about the white doors. I got the feeling Tenmyouji didn't want Quark to know about Radical 6, so I avoided any mention of it. Yes, I also noticed that gotten him involved. Tenmyouji definitely knows a lot more than he's telling us. Alice's death was something I also left for later.
Okay, that makes sense. That means I'm on a team with you guys, right?
Right.
So, these white doors, when are they going to open?
Well, we've got about 4 minutes until primary doors open.
That's not good. We need to hurry. Come on. How do we get to the Floor B warehouse?
Okay, we're going. Follow me.
Oh no, that was Sigma saying that. Have they put more flowchart on this? Because I really felt like we were getting to an ending. I did have, as the book says, the sense of it. Seriously, we did not need to see every single bloody step of this. Oh look, we're finally back in White House B. I know I keep going on about how long those transitions take, but it remains entirely true. Chromatic doors have opened. Yeah, have they put more flowchart on this? No. I do kind of want to keep chasing this particular rabbit and seeing what happens. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close. You're late. Where the hell have you been? Quark? You're awake. Fully recovered, apparently.
I am also relieved to see you well again.
Me too. What? Wait a minute. What are you talking about?
I looked out at the others from behind Quark and held a warning finger up to my lips. There were a few momentarily raised eyebrows and some nervous coughing as everyone suddenly fell silent.
Huh?
From Quark's perspective, it must have seemed especially odd.
Anyway, there isn't any time left. We need to hurry.
There are 3 doors.
Which team goes in which door?
All of the doors are identical for this round. I believe it doesn't matter which team uses which door.
He made up.
And then we're taking the one in the middle.
Why that one?
You want a kill shot, you aim for the center. You're more likely to just miss the extremities.
Yes, but sniping and going through a door are different disciplines, Dio. That logic is flawed and more than slightly disturbing. There's your reaction image! Unfortunately, I don't really have a counter-argument, so center door it is.
I suppose we could go with the one on the left. Is that okay? I mean, we could go with the other one if you want.
Kay and Clover only nodded.
Well, there's only one left.
The door on the right.
Any objections? Alright, let's move. 30 seconds remain until chromatic doors close. Hurry it up, Fi. This thing's gonna close. I know.
It's time we were going as well.
Right. Sure.
Why does Kay make jingly noises when he runs? It's just so jarring every time. I suppose we were all kidnapped on Christmas. It's seasonally appropriate. Come on, guys, there's no time to waste, or at least in the season.
Right behind you.
Let's go.
2, 1, 0. Chromatic doors closing. The director's office? Complete with balloon? Can't be a director without a balloon. This is another escape room. What's this place?
Probably the office of whoever it is that's running this place, because it said director's office and that's what that means.
It said director's office on the door.
Yes, Quark, that's what I said.
This might be Zero Senior's office?
Maybe. Or maybe not.
Well, which is it?
Why the hell would I know?
We should look around. If this really is Zero Senior's room, there might be some clues.
Yeah, you got a point. Let's get started then. yeah, wow, there does appear to be a bunch more content in this room. There you go! More! I knew they'd bloody do that to us at some point, just like, surprise, more flowchart! Jesus God. That music's gonna get annoying fast. This game is large. Like, really large. And it's one thing for a visual novel to have this many kind of branches and stuff, but when you are required to hit all the branches because they give you keys for the other branches so that you can actually get to the proper ending, it's a lot, yo. Okay, so I was planning on just running if we were heading into an ending. Turns out we weren't. So we will be exploring the director's office next time. Well that was a lot of fun. We actually made some solid progress, unlocked some locks, got some stuff. Quark is back, Alice is dead, which is regrettable, but okay. Yeah. I feel we gained information as much as anything else. And we were needlessly a dick several times, but also got told to stop being a dick and just go full cock and maximum ass. And really, that's the takeaway of this game. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up. So, thanks so much for everyone who's watched. Thanks for staying to the end, it means a lot. If you've been watching this, you know where to find me, but just in case, this is twitch.tv/Saracent, SSERASENT, the House of Hubris. You'll see it all on the title card in a second. I'm streaming every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday at 2 PM British time, that is 9 AM Eastern, 6 Pacific, other time zones are available. We are continuing this until I've done the entire bloody Zero Escape trilogy. It's honestly proving to be more of an undertaking than I expected, but I've signed up for it and I'm gonna bloody do it. Also, we might do some bonus streams from time to time, so hey, throw us a follow and then you'll know when we're live. And if you miss any of that other content, you can find VODs on my page. Pure hubris, exactly. Yes, this whole series is the very nature of hubris. Yes, if you miss any of it, you can have, you've got VODs on my stream for 8 weeks after they've aired. Is it 8 weeks? I think it's 8 weeks. I said that and I realised I don't know. Okay. I think it is. But in any case, about 2 weeks after they air, also they will be on my YouTube, which is youtube.com/users/rf191999. Or you can just click the link down there somewhere. It's in my about. And it's got all the VODs going back to the very start of my channel, which is nearly a year now, so there's lots of games to check out there. I have been doing a whole bunch of this nonsense. And hey, I skipped a bit. If you want to be notified whenever there's more nonsense on the YouTube, which, again, those go up every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday, throw us a subscribe over there. And more subscribers on YouTube means I can access more stuff and get, like, a decent URL. So that's fun. Also, if you think said nonsense is somehow deserving of monetary gain, then you can, of course, cheer or sub on the Twitch. But you very much don't need to. Just turn up and be chill and have a good time, and we can hang out. That's all I really need from y'all. Yes. While I think of the next fit, just for Emily there in the chat, yes, sleep is good. I should probably do it more often. I didn't do it during this stream, which, frankly, an improvement. Yes, if you want to find me elsewhere on the internet, best place to look is Twitter, at Waruce, that's W-A-R-U-C-E, where I rant about politics at the minute, and memes, and post-stream notifications, and all that jazz. And if you want to see me in other projects, check out twitch.tv/The Playhouse, that's TheBardsplayhouse, where I'm every Saturday night at 6:30 PM Eastern, that is 11:30 British time, because while sleep is good, I have an interesting relationship with it, where I'm in an ongoing Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition for London Chronicle. It's a lot of fun. We are gearing up towards the end of it at the minute, It's going to be very dramatic. We make some terrible decisions, and it's going to be good. That is every Saturday night, 6:30 Eastern. Okay, and I think that... And also go and check them out in general, because they do a lot of good content. They've not sponsored me, they're just cool people. Yeah. That, I think, is everything. So, I will say, once again, thank you all for being here. Love you all. And I will see you again for the Director's Office and more of the secret bonus flowchart on Thursday. Love you all. Bye.